Okay. Says we are live. Hopefully that is true, and we are all good. I do have my fan on, so if you see like a little bit of flickering there, maybe I should move the camera down just a little bit. That's what that is. So, how we doing? Hopefully we're doing good. The poll today has to do with the image of the mushrooms. So I should probably pull that up so that I can show y'all that, because I know that once the video starts, the thumbnail disappears. Okay. So there is that. Let's see. Kara says, hello. You're attending the Sangha Pacifica Buddhist Recovery Meeting during the early part of the stream. Nice. Then you're going to be attending the Eating Disorders Anonymous in the Solution Writing Meeting from 11:30 to 12:30. I think that's your time. For today's question, Mayor Teresa Plezak would use whichever mushroom was most beneficial to whatever spell she was casting or to poison her target. Yes, magical mushrooms. Stace says, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello. Stace says, hey, y'all. Hello. Welcome. I said hello. And Monique says, I was able to get my novel ready for distribution on Ingram Sparks, but it's going to take a bit. You were worried about the cover format, but you think it's all good. Okay, nice. Nice. Someone already got your novel via ebook on Ingram Sparks, and you didn't even promote it. Nice. Stacy says, I think I would need to research because your main character would pick an edible mushroom, but you don't know which one is edible. So, right. Okay, where is it? Here we go. Here is the thumbnail. So we have the spongish looking one, which, if I'm not mistaken, I believe is a morel mushroom. And then we have the bright red and white speckled. And then we have what looks to be a normal mushroom. The morel mushroom, I think, is the only one that I know for sure is edible. This one, I'm very suspicious is not, the red one. And then this one is questionable because it looks so normal, but I do not know. So, but this is not about us. This is about our character. Which one would our character pick? So the options are the spongish looking one, the red and white one, the normal looking one, or none of them, because your main character doesn't know enough about foraging to pick one confidently. So, what would be your main character's choice? I think one of my main characters would for sure choose the normal looking one. And then my other main character probably would not choose any of them. I feel like at least one of my characters would have pretty extensive foraging experience, so they might go ahead and choose the morel. And then would know whether or not this normal looking one was in fact edible. So yeah, my main character would know more than me in that case. So, let's see. The only character you have who would even begin to know how to forage is Miranda, your Baldur's Gate 3 girly. Gotcha. Yeah. Because foraging is often a part of the games, right? Because you got to have ingredients to do the alchemy and everything, right? So, yeah, like if I play Skyrim, my alchemy is so far and above. That's always the first skill to max out, because that's how you make the best money. Is you collect ingredients, you turn them into potions, and then you sell them. So your alchemy is always way up there. She's a wood elf, for one thing. She lives in the woods of Everesca. Hopefully I said that right. Again, I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3, so I know I have played Baldur's Gate, a version of it, a really long time ago. But I don't know which version of Baldur's Gate it was. So, yeah. Okay. So I have started to, I went back to my crochet. I wasn't having much luck with the knitting. So I went back to crochet and I started, let's see. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it either. Okay. It's in my D drive. It's in the solid state drive, which is of course not where my computer wants to automatically save things to. Anyway, so I started last time with the Forest Dragon. I had done the Atlas the Dragon pattern, but I had purchased a similar dragon pattern. Winnie, let me show you. Now I won't have the like difference in like texture because I don't have any of that kind of texture. Okay, come on. Here we go. So Winnie the Dragon. This is in the big, like, chunky chenille yarn. So I've started the head, and I've got the head and the ears, and then I made an attempt at the wings. The wings I feel like are a little too small for, and this is going to be in the super soft fuzzy yarn that I just got. It's so soft, y'all. And so then I've got the ears, and so they'll be sort of like folded and sewn, and I can adjust placement wise and everything. So I have begun Winnie the Dragon, Winnie the Mini Dragon. So I've done that. And then I also got a package. I had ordered from Amazon because it was faster. A set of the washi tape shops pre-cut. I can't remember what the. Anyway, that's the sticker on the bottom. But it is a like sold as a set type of, but it's pre-cut, which means that two of the four tapes have, what do you call it? Kiss cut? Is that what you call it? I think. I'm not 100% sure if that's what you call it. Also, sorry if that's not a very good ASMR. I'll hold it away from the microphone. Okay, so it has 4 tapes in varying thicknesses. So here's the full spiel. So we have a sort of neutral brown text with some drawings of plants and flowers. And my understanding is there's a touch of color on some of the drawings. At least that's what it looked like in the okay, yeah, and then these are kiss cut. So there's a tiny, tiny little line around the images. So that'll be good. And then this one is sort of stamps, and there we go. Stamps and stickers, more stamps, and then some oval ones. And these are also kiss cut. And then this one is the other, just like full tape. So I think these will go together very nicely. I could probably make a collage out of just these. And we are out of there. Well, we're back in focus. Yay. So I'm excited to play with these, potentially with the setup of part 2, 2026. So I'm excited about those. But yeah, so that's what I have that is new. Is I started crocheting another dragon, and I got some new washi tape. So okay. So Everesca is the elven homeland. It's not part of the game, but it is mentioned. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. You did a bit of knitting, but unfortunately you cannot knit for an hour straight. Yeah, so this was my, like, what I did in an hour. And then I crocheted for an hour. And then I wound up undoing, frogging everything that I did in that hour, and got me this, plus, like, this was also included in whatever I crocheted in that hour. So I've got plenty of yarn. Don't ever need to worry about that. So Stace says, I don't feel like doing research, so I'm just going to pick the one we know is edible. Gotcha. Understood. Understood. Okay. Let's close that and this and pull up our document, because that's what we need, right? And we also need a cat for today. Oops. And you guys are on the wrong side of the screen. Okay, there we go. Okay. We have Hope Your Life is Going Swimmingly. We have a cat who is in the water and, well, sort of having a resting grump face. Doesn't look like they are completely against it. And then we have Self-Help 101. Do not let anyone get in your way, especially yourself. Say goodbye to self-sabotage. And we have what looks to be 2 kittens who look very, very similar. I'm sure it's supposed to be sort of like a mirror image type thing, but I think they are kittens from the same litter, is my guess. But yeah, self-sabotage is not allowed. We're going to try anyway, right? We're going to try. Okay, then we need today's card. We pulled the dog, so we have both cats and dogs today. We have number 19. The main message is be loyal to what you love. So here is the dog. Let's take this off so that, there we go. Be loyal to what you love. The dog appears to remind you that although change is a part of life and all of us are meant to evolve, our love and commitments remain strong. You are loved now and can trust that this higher love is true. The Spirit loves you, and love has arrived in many forms, manifesting in the people you surround yourself with, expressed uniquely through them. The dog also says, be true to that which you love, for now is a time of good fortune. Be steady as you recognize that people and things are always transforming. Your heart is loving and true, and the dog wants you to know that your steadfast commitment to experiencing and expressing love will attract and manifest more love. You deserve all of it, so have faith in the Spirit's plan for you. Nice. I like it. So there again is our little dog friend. Very good. Alrighty, so now that we have our cats in our card, and we have our program opened, hopefully. Let's see. Monique says the dog spirit might help me adding subplot stuff to the Auntie of Honor story. Hopefully so. That'd be good. All right. We've got that. Now we need a timer, right? Let's start with the flowers today. Make sure my volumes are on, and we should be good. Make it big. Okay, and this is the first sprint, not the third. Okay, so 1, save your document, or make sure you go ahead and pull up whatever document you're going to be working on today. 2 is make sure you have something to hydrate with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4 is if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Okay. I think that's a sort of decent start. It was definitely not quite what I was figuring on doing, but hey, it's at least something. Okay, how do I, where is this? There we go. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now we'll save that and minimize it. Okay. We are figuring out things as we go. That is always sometimes the hardest part. I took a deviation from the outline because I think it'll be better, but now I'm lost in the fog and got to figure out the way. How about you? Are you following your outline? Do you have an outline? Andy says hello. Monique says, still trying to figure out the scenes for the middle part of your novel. Yes, because that's important. Stacy, did not get much writing done, but you're on the phone with the brother. Say hello to the brother. Wish him good healing. Because I know you mentioned he went back to the hospital. So has he been redischarged? Hopefully so. Oh wait, you did say, yeah, they let him go that same day. Okay. Yeah. With the Bell's palsy. Basically saying, here's some medication. It should go down on its own, I think is what I remember. So hopefully inflammation is beginning to go away. But yeah. Okay. Let's see. I didn't get much word done. Oh my gosh. I did not get very many words that sprint, but I did, I think, allow my brain to take that side path and potentially figure out a more interesting side quest. So he was not admitted the second time. Okay. But he is on the steroid, which is not fun. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Also, y'all, I'm thinking about chopping my hair off again. Like, even though I trimmed it not too long ago, I'm still thinking about chopping it off. But I know that as soon as I chop it off, I'll want it long again. So that's just how it goes. But I am sort of contemplating it because it's summertime, and that's what happens in the summertime is I get tired of it and want it all gone. So it happens about every 3 summers because that's how long it takes my hair to grow back. But yeah. So contemplating it. Not like we're not quite in that meme audio of like, girl, don't do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just thinking about it. Or just, whatever the line actually is. We're not to the I did it part yet, but yeah. Also because I haven't found a salon that I really trust here yet, even though we've been here for what, like 6 years, 7 years, something like that now. Because I didn't have anybody that I really went to when we were here in college. Like, I think I went to the Great Clips downtown, like maybe twice the whole 4 years that we were here for undergrad. And I don't even think that downtown one is still there anymore. It might be, but I don't know. Anyway, and so when we moved here, I think I got one haircut before COVID shut everything down. And then just since then, I think I've been once. And that was to the lady, and she cut my hair weirdly. She told me she was doing something as she was doing it, not asking for permission first. So we're not going back to her shop if we do go someplace. But yeah, otherwise it's just been like, hey mom, can you trim this straight across the bottom, get rid of some dead ends. But yeah, that's basically been it. But now it's just like a frizzy mess because of the humidity and everything. So I don't know. Becca is here and says hello. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. How are you? How is your mom's cat and how's Snake? Is your mom's cat Luke? Is that right? Linux says that reminds me I'll definitely need to do a hair and makeup scene for the wedding. Yeah. And oftentimes there's photography sessions that go on like at certain points in that. So, you know, it's a good thing one of the aunties has a hair and nail salon. There you go. There you go. My guess is the nails would be done prior to, though. That's my guess. Okay, what else do we need to do? I guess I need to show you the mushrooms again for those who did not see the thumbnail. So which mushroom is your main character picking? We're picking the sponge-like one, which I believe is a morel. The red and white speckled one, which I have no idea what it is. It's a toadstool of some kind, I believe. And then this normal-looking white mushroom. Or is your main character going, no, I don't know enough about all these to pick one safely? What is your main character doing? Yes, his name is Luke, and he's doing good. He's a little agent of chaos. I mean, aren't they usually? So, Monique says, yeah, one thing that bugged me about my cousin's reception is the flash photography overstimulated you. Oh, okay. I'm trying to think of the weddings that I've been to. And I don't think I've been to any weddings that had like the disposable cameras at the table. Well, I've been to anniversary parties that had those, but not weddings per se. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know. Oops, I just closed that. Oh well. Oh well. All right, let's go do another sprint. I feel like maybe I can get a little bit more done this time. Maybe. Okay. All right, let's do this. So 1, save your document. 2, make sure you take a sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back to that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4 is if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that was second sprint, first sprint. I don't actually know what sprint was that. It was the second sprint, and I forgot to change the banner. Sorry. Don't forget to do your self promo. My bad. I think I got like just under 400 words, somewhere in that realm. A good bit of still staring off into space. I did do a little bit of research on haircut places. So I'm not entirely sure, but there is there's the technical college, and they have the cosmetology school. So I could go and get a cosmetology student to cut my hair for a much reduced price, which is, since I don't need like a super crazy haircut, could be a good thing. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll still debate that for a little bit. But anyway, and then I found some recommendations from some other salons, so I will dive in a little bit after the stream to their reviews a little bit more and see what's what. But we have put that off till later. So Kara says, I have new posts up on Reader's Roost, so here's the link for that. Make sure you check it out. Monique has a new Instagram post, so check that out. And Monique says, I think that on top of having the ceremony outside and the reception in the ballroom, there might be a lounge area where people can rest if the ballroom feels like too much. Most weddings that I've been to that have been in sort of like a quote unquote ballroom have tables and chairs sort of horseshoe shaped, and then like a big long table for the bride and groom, and potentially like the mothers and fathers of the pair. Sort of like maybe the bridal party would be a better way to phrase that, up at the front, and then the tables are sort of situated around, and so that after the meal, or while things are being served, the bride and groom can come around and greet people at tables. And this is especially good if you have like a bunch of older attendees who have mobility issues. That way they don't have to go and move and like track where the bride and groom are, but the bride and groom come and visit and say hello. And then that also leaves the center area for people to move around and dance and or go visit the catering table and or the bar, depending on the style of things. So, and I think that has been true in every sort of like reception and or wedding that I have seen that's been inside something that could be called a ballroom. So it's not like the chairs and things are not necessarily in another room. They're in the ballroom area, if that makes sense. But he says, my cousin had his reception at a hotel, so the area outside the ballroom was open to the guests. Yeah, and that sort of makes sense. And that was the same like the country club type thing. Like the guests could go outside and, visit the terrace and all that kind of stuff. So Stacy says, I did not get many words. Hubby came home early. He has a doctor's appointment soon. Gotcha. Funky says, howdy. Hello. Welcome. Do you have coffee? I had decaf coffee again today, which was very tasty. Becca says, I finished a chapter. Yay! Excellent. Progress. Funky says to Becca, awesome. Monique says, I wrote in a scene summary where Felicity takes Rita clubbing in order to help her prepare with having flashing lights and other lighting effects at the reception. Okay. So she doesn't have epilepsy, just sort of like that it can be overstimulating. Gotcha. Okay. Coffee is on the way. Glad we can drink decaf at least. Yes. Yes, yes. Okay. Let's do one more sprint. One more good sized sprint. And it's not winter morning, so let's not do that one. I need to make some like summer morning ones. Where is it? There it is. When you went to your cousin's reception, the lighting stuff overstimulated you. Getting acclimated felt like diving into the deep end of a swimming pool. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. So the third sprint. All right. 1, save your document. My goal is I'm hoping to get 500 this time. Let's hope for a slightly better sprint. Okay, so 1 save, 2 is sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4 is, if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Hopefully that was a good enough sprint for us. I did in fact get over 500. I think I got maybe a little over 600 that time, which is great. Fantastic. Yeah. Okay. Funky says decaf has gotten a lot better. Yes, this is true. Yeah. Monique says when I was at my okay, yeah, already got that one. Monique was gonna have to go early. Said bye. You have a good rest of your day. We do need to end the poll. Let me see if I can bring that back up. Here it is. Share the screen, window. Okay, so 42% of our main characters 43% are going to be picking none of these mushrooms because they don't know enough about foraging to correctly pick what they need. And then tied for 29%, 29% are picking the morel, which is edible, and 29% are picking the red and white mushroom, which is not edible to my knowledge. So, and nobody's picking the normal looking mushroom. We're a little too suspicious of it. So, that is the answer to the poll for today. All right. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hopefully, the next time I see you, I will have, which is on Friday, I will have more of the crocheted dragon done so we can begin to see the body and legs and things. Stacy says, so we had some Mario fans. Yes, apparently. So, all right. Thank you again. Don't forget to save your work and make sure that you stay hydrated and you stretch every once in a while. Thanks. Bye.